Hello and welcome to the commentary for Wealth Steps. Now, in this article, Robert Kiyosaki gives us a very general formula for success, for financial success again. And it's interesting because it's general because it was an international study, right? They looked at all these different countries and they studied a specific kind of person. They studied people who were very poor, right? People born into poverty, who later became rich, who later became wealthy. Now, later, what does that mean? We don't know. Some people maybe later was 5 years, maybe some people it was 20 years, maybe some people it was 50 years, but it was not instant, right? Not suddenly one day. They didn't win a big prize or a contest. They did something with their actions to create wealth, to create more money, to create success, financial freedom for themselves and for their families. And so these people from all different countries of the world had three very general basic qualities, right? They had a long-term vision, they believed in delayed gratification, they used the power of compounding. These seem fairly obvious, right? I think we can all imagine why. These are general secrets to success, but it's good to review them. It's good to remember. Most importantly, it's good to look at our own lives. We forget sometimes, I think. All the advertising we see on TV, for example, makes it easy for us to go buy, 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 buy. And we forget our long term vision. Or, we're just busy every day. We go to our job. We have lots of things to do. If you have maybe you have family, maybe you have kids, and it's easy to get very busy now today and forget your long-term vision, forget your long-term dream. So I think that first one, I think it's first for a reason. I think because it's the most important. The long-term vision, I think, is probably uh, generally, in a very general way, the most important. Because if you have a big dream and you remind yourself every day about it, you think about it every day, not just thinking, but with emotion. You imagine it every day. You can see it every day. It feels real to you. And you're constantly thinking about it again and again and again, all day, every day. You can see this vision in your head, this great vision of something better for yourself, more financial freedom. Well, you will find a method, you will find a way to get that dream if you remember it every day with emotion. It will happen. The problem is that we often forget our long-term visions. Maybe you had one in the past, or maybe you have one and you sometimes think about it, you know, but usually you kind of forget it. You're thinking too much about what's happening, right now at your job or some problem you have. So I think it's very important to write down your goal, your big vision or visions. You probably have more than one. And, put it somewhere you will see it every day. Put it on your calendar. Put it on your desk at work. Put it on your refrigerator at home. Put it in several different places. And every day, see it, read it, think about it, imagine it. Don't let yourself forget it. Always have it in your mind, in the front of your mind, as the most important thing, not the problem you have now, your big vision. I think that's something we should all do. And, it's good for everything, not just money. It's not only good for financial success, it's good for any kind of success. If you need to, or you want to be better in your relationship with your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend, well, Again, it's a great vision, a great goal. Be specific. Exactly what do you want? And think about it every day. Remind yourself every day. Keep that vision alive. Don't lose it. Just that one, that number one, I think you is enough to be successful, to be honest. If you have number one, then you will have the energy to find the answers you need. Maybe it will take you a long time, maybe not, but you will eventually find what you need and you will eventually do it if you always think about your vision every single day with emotion. So that's a good one. The second quality was delayed gratification. They believed in delayed gratification, delayed pleasure. Also important. Now, it doesn't mean you have to suffer and suffer now. It doesn't mean you need to feel pain now. You want to enjoy your life right now. Of course you do. It just means that you wait for some pleasures. And here we're talking about money, right? So, what it really means is you wait to buy things that you don't really need. What do you really need? You need food and you need a safe, warm place to live. And you need some clothes. And that's really all. You really don't need much else. Everything else you want. You don't need them, you want them. A cell phone, do you need it? No. You want it, and that's okay. So, what we're saying here, delayed gratification, it means some of your wants, they can wait. Some things that you want now, you feel good. Maybe a new phone that's more expensive. Maybe a new car that's much nicer. Maybe a bigger house. Maybe new clothes. You don't need them. You want them. If you buy them, maybe you will feel good. But if you want to be successful, you must delay buying them. You must wait. Delay your pleasure for these new things. Why do you delay your pleasure? Because if you delay the pleasure, if you delay the gratification, if you wait, if you save that money instead of buying, well, then in the future, you will finally have total financial freedom. Then you can buy anything you want, anytime. If you don't delay your gratification, you always feel stress. You're going to buy something, you'll feel good for one day maybe, but then you're going to feel stressed because, oh no, now I have no money again. Oh no, now I owe my credit card even more money. So you get a little pleasure short term right now, but then in the future, you get more pain, more stress, less freedom. People who became wealthy, they do the opposite. They feel a little bit less now. They buy less stuff now. They have a little less pleasure now. But then in the future, they have more and more happiness, more and more freedom, more and more money, more and more pleasure. So they wait, they delay it. This is another important thing. Every time you're going to buy something, think, do you need it? Do I really need this new shirt? Do I really need a new phone? My phone works fine now. Do I really need the newer, bigger, expensive one? Do I really need a new car? Do I really need a bigger house? You should ask yourself this all the time and delay, wait. Take that money, save it and invest it. Use it to start a business. Use it to buy stocks. Use it to buy a house that you rent to somebody else so you can make even more money. Use it for an investment instead of small, short term pleasure now. That's what delayed gratification means, and it's also a very excellent idea. And finally, they use the power of compounding. This is the third quality. So this idea of compounding, it really means growing. Growing. They use the power of growing money. So they're always thinking, how can I grow my money? Not just save it. So that's the difference between compounding and saving. Saving, I have $1,000 and I keep it in a box in my room. And next month, I still have $1,000. And after 1 year, well, I still have $1,000. And after 10 years, still $1,000. The money's not growing. But if I use the power of compounding, of multiplying, growing and growing, well, maybe I put it in the bank and I get 1% every year. Now, that's terrible. It's very small, but still, it means after 1 year, I will have more than $1,000. I'll have a little more. After 2 years, I'll have even more. After 10 years, even more. After 20 years, even more. The money will grow. So that's what compounding means. You could buy stocks, right? You could buy ownership, small pieces of a company. And then over time, hopefully, that money increases. The value goes up and up and up. Your money grows and grows and grows. Stocks are a little dangerous because sometimes they go down. So you have to be careful. Another thing, you could start a business. So you have $1,000, you start a new business. The business is successful. So after 1 year, you make $5,000. After 2 years, you make $30,000. After 10 years, you're making $100,000. Your money has grown a lot, right? Starting a small business is probably one of the best ways to use the power of compounding. So you want to always think about your money, not just save, but grow. How can I make my money grow? That's what these people did. The people who started poor and became rich, they didn't just save. Saving was the first step, but the next step was they're always thinking, how can I make my money grow? I want my money to grow. So you have to do the same. You have to save some money, right? Delayed gratification, wait, don't buy some things, save the money. And then next, you have to make it grow. Make that money grow somehow. Make it grow a little bit, make it grow a lot, but make it grow. That's important. Okay, so that's really the central theme, the main points of this article. I'll talk a little bit about myself more personally now, and my thoughts on this. And my thoughts on this is that I totally agree. I certainly, when I started Effortless English, I had a vision. Still do have a vision about Effortless English, and I thought about it all the time. In fact, my vision started a long, long time ago. My vision started when I was maybe 15 years old. I was very young. I got my first job at a fast food restaurant. The restaurant's name was Arby's. I don't know. They have them in America. I don't know if they have them other countries, but like McDonald's, like Burger King. And I hated my job. I hated it. It was terrible, boring, and the payment was so low. And starting then, when I was 15, I realized, oh, I really hate working. I don't like jobs. And I had a vision. I want to be free. I want to be free financially. I could imagine in my head, someday in the future, I will be free. I won't need a job. I won't have a boss. Now, it took me 20, 25 years, but finally my vision is true. My vision came true. And that vision got stronger and stronger as I got older. I kept thinking about it, kept thinking about it. So, in fact, this vision started a long, long time ago for me. But for Effortless English, actually starting my own business, I started in November of 2006, so more recently. And since starting the business, every day I have thought about it and I have imagined it growing. I have imagined it being successful. I've imagined having a big community of members, all learning from each other, meeting each other, making friends. So I have this dream and I still have it. It's very strong. And I always remember it. Every day I think about it. And delayed gratification, waiting for pleasure, waiting for, bigger things, spending more money. Definitely, I'm still living in a tiny little apartment. Tomoe and I both live in the cheapest apartment in San Francisco. Small, one little room. We have a shared bathroom. We share the bathroom with everybody on the same floor. So why are we doing this? People think that I'm crazy. People think we're crazy because we have much more money. We could certainly get a more expensive place. No problem. But I feel like we should probably wait. We might get a new apartment, but we're still going to try to save some money. We're not going to buy something super expensive or rent something super expensive because we want to delay that gratification. We want to instead save our money. Instead, we want to invest the money into the business so that the business can continue to grow. So that's why I don't have a really big, expensive car and we don't live in a big, expensive house. And then this idea of compounding again, for me, I prefer to invest my money in the business. I feel like a business is really the best investment if you do it well. Um, the business can grow much faster than a bank account. The business can grow faster than stocks. The business can grow faster than real estate. Uh, but businesses take more work. A bank account's easy. Put it in the bank and it sits there and you do nothing and it makes a little extra money. So it's easy. It requires no work, but you also make very little money. It, the compounding is very small. Creating your own business, your own successful business, takes more work. It requires more effort, more work, more thinking, especially. But the rewards are also much bigger. So remember these 3 points. Make sure you have a vision. If you don't have a vision, get one. Think about it. What is your vision? Write it down. Dream. Dream big. Decide what you really, truly want financially and in general. And then you got to delay your pleasure, delay your gratification. Means buy less stuff, save more money. And then finally, after you have done that, you want to make your money grow with compounding. You want to start a little business so it can grow, or invest in stocks or something. Make it grow with compounding. Good luck to you. I'm sure you will be successful. Just be patient. It might take time, but you can do it. I look forward to reading your success story in the forums. See you again. Bye bye.